Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a ride through the mythological world of Medusa. This lady's got snakes for hair and a story that'll leave you curious and maybe even a little petrified. So, hold on to your shields and make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell because we're about to turn this video into stone cold entertainment. Let's go. Medusa, the famous Gorgon from Greek mythology, was a fearsome creature known for her ability to turn anyone that looked directly at her into stone. But despite her reputation as a monster, there is more to Medusa's story than meets the eye. First things first, let's talk about her appearance. Medusa was once a beautiful woman with long, flowing hair, but after angering the goddess Athena, she was punished by being transformed into a Gorgon with snakes for hair, razor-sharp fangs, and a gaze that could petrify even the bravest of warriors. Despite her fearsome appearance, Medusa was a powerful force to be reckoned with, and many a hero attempted to slay her in the name of glory. However, it's worth noting that Medusa's story is a little more complicated than just being a monster who needs to be defeated. In some versions of the myth, Medusa was actually a priestess who was violated by the god Poseidon in Athena's temple. As a result of this defilement, Athena punished Medusa by transforming her into a Gorgon. This raises the question: was Medusa a victim or a monster? Some scholars argue that Medusa was a symbol of the consequences of violating sacred spaces, while others see her as a representation of the fear and powerlessness that women can experience in a patriarchal society. Regardless of which interpretation you choose to believe, it's clear that Medusa's story is much more nuanced than a simple tale of good versus evil. Despite her fearsome reputation, there are still those who sought to use Medusa's powers for their own gain. In the legend of Perseus, the young hero was tasked with slaying Medusa in order to prove his bravery and gain the favor of the gods. Armed with a reflective shield, Perseus was able to avoid looking directly at Medusa and used her own gaze to turn her to stone. However, it's worth noting that even in death, Medusa was still a force to be reckoned with. According to myth, her blood was said to have the power to both heal and kill, and her head was a powerful talisman that offered protection to those who possessed it. In conclusion, Medusa is a fascinating figure from Greek mythology who continues to capture the imagination of many people around the world. Whether she's seen as a victim, a monster, or something in between, her story serves as a reminder that there's always more to a person or Gorgon than meets the eye. Medusa was one of the three Gorgon sisters who were known for their frightening appearance. According to the myth, Medusa was transformed into a monster with snakes for hair as punishment for being raped by Poseidon in Athena's temple. The famous Greek hero, Perseus, was tasked with beheading Medusa as one of his labors. He was able to successfully defeat her with the help of a mirrored shield and guidance from the gods. Medusa's image has been used as a symbol in various forms throughout history, including painting, sculpture, and literature. In some depictions, Medusa is shown holding a sword or shield, emphasizing her power as a warrior. The Medusa story has been interpreted in many different ways over the years, including as a cautionary tale about the dangers of female sexuality and a representation of the cyclical nature of death and rebirth. The image of Medusa remains popular, appearing in popular culture and inspiring new interpretations and retellings of the classic myth. Medusa was said to have two immortal and invulnerable sisters, Stheno and Euryale. While Medusa was mortal and could be killed, her sisters were not. This meant that they could not be defeated in battle and lived forever. This adds a different aspect to the story of Medusa and the Gorgons, highlighting the unique strengths and weaknesses of each sister. It also suggests that there was more to their story than just their frightening appearance and power to turn people to stone. Now let's cover 10 facts about Medusa. 1. Medusa was originally depicted with wings, making her a fearsome flying monster. 2. In some versions of the myth, Medusa was once a priestess of Athena, not a monster. 3. The Greek philosopher Plato wrote that the snakes in Medusa's hair represented the veils of illusion that prevent people from seeing the truth. 4. Medusa's image has been used as a symbol of female empowerment and a symbol of resistance against patriarchal societies. 5. The Roman poet Ovid wrote that Medusa's hair was made of snakes as a symbol of her uncontrollable anger. 6. In some cultures, Medusa was worshipped as a goddess of fertility and death. 7. The tale of Perseus and Medusa has been adapted into many different forms of media, including movies, comics, and video games. 8. The word Medusa comes from the Greek word for guardian or protectress. 9. Medusa's head was said to have the power to both heal and kill, making it a valuable talisman in ancient times. Number 10. In one version of the myth, Medusa was actually a mermaid, with the snakes in her hair representing the dangerous creatures of the sea. That brings us to the end of our wild journey through the mythical world of Medusa. I hope you've enjoyed this hair-raising adventure. Just make sure to avoid looking directly at her, or you might end up as a statue yourself. And remember, if you ever find yourself face to face with a monster with snakes for hair, just remember to keep a mirrored shield handy. Don't forget to show your support by hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you know other things about Medusa that haven't been covered in this video, make sure to share it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out the channel for more videos.